Underground crypto, breaking stereotypes, navigating through the world of crypto hype. A passing mainstream, they're on the rise, educating the masses, opening our eyes. Underground crypto, shining bright, taking us on a journey.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another video here on Underground Crypto. This one today, maybe not so underground, maybe not a low cap gym necessarily, but do hear a lot of rumblings about this coin. One YouTuber in particular, but I've seen it from several different YouTubers who has a pretty good track record of making these kind of picks. So I'm not a financial advisor, and neither is the other person a financial advisor. So if you need a financial advisor, please go get yourself a financial advisor. I'm assuming they're out there somewhere. Ondo Finance, here they are on Twitter, X, don't even know. We're going to go ahead and follow them. Institutional grade finance on-chain for everyone. Before we get too far into their Twitter, though, we're going to pop over here to CoinGecko. It is 4/1/2024, and we want to just look at what is trending here. So we got Catcoin, Constellation, PropBase, Credify, Honeyland, Gala, Art Trade. This is what is trending. I'm not going to cover what's trending NFT wise because it's not really an NFT channel. Ondo right now is at about 87 cents. It's down 7.1% today. Here's a 24-hour chart. Doesn't really tell us a lot. Let's go look at like a 7-day chart. Okay, so you had a spike up to about $1.05. So that's a pretty good, that was probably what, a couple of days ago? On March 31st. So yeah, it was about like 5 days ago. That's not bad. And then we'll go ahead and look at the 1 month chart right here. Yeah, so in the 1 month, your best little dip here was down to like 39 cents. So you could have did more than a double on your money right there for where it is now, not the high. Anyways, let's go take a look at the market cap. I thought this coin was a little smaller, honestly, but it already has $1 billion market cap. So that does make you wonder how many X's you could really get out of this coin. I've heard people even talking about this coin potentially having $1 trillion as a market cap. I think that's ambitious. They're not talking about in this cycle, I do not believe. I think they're talking future cycles down the road that Ondo will become a major player. It is 93 in like the top, ranking of coins. I don't know what that is. It's the top 1,000 coins, because sometimes they'll be ranked like 700 and something. I don't know where it cuts off at, but it's at least in the top 100, which is pretty good. It says fully diluted, it's $8.7 billion would be its valuation. So that's interesting that there's such a difference there. And its 24-hour volume is pretty darn good. 334 million, almost 335 million. Circulating supply is not very much compared to its total supply. So if you're somebody who looks a lot at circulating supply versus total supply, you might be worried a little bit. And I'm not sure what the vesting schedule is. I mean, that's how often the coins are coming out. Does it have halving, stuff like that? I don't know. It is built on Ethereum. It looks like it has an Ethereum contract. And this is a little bit of a different coin probably than you typically see on this channel, because this is definitely a institutional, as they say, institutional grade finance. Like, this is plugged in, this is well tapped in and connected with people in high business, not a meme coin or a coin that just launched. It's a new upcoming crypto tech project. This thing's already got some steam, so keep that in mind if you're speculating on this coin. How many more billions of dollars is going to come into it? It could be a lot, or it could be only a few more billion. I don't know. Not a financial advisor. Okay, so OUSG will soon offer 24/7 365 subscriptions and redemptions via USDC and transition its backing predominantly into the newly launched USDT Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund, also known as BIDL. If you know, you know. That's a very hilarious acronym that they came up with. 7 hours ago, we got every month we cover the latest developments for the forefront of real-world asset tokenization. Were you able to keep up with all the advancements in March? No, I wasn't even aware of them. So then you got some more 7 hour. I'm not going to read every single one of these here. This is just on Twitter. You got a gold check mark. You can easily find this yourself. So this is a real world asset token. Probably why it has so much money in it, to be honest with you, because that is such a hot narrative right now, taking regular assets and tokenizing them. So let's go over to their website. Institutional grade finance, now on chain. That's what it's saying. Ondo is building the next generation of financial infrastructure to improve market efficiency, transparency, and accessibility. USDY, which is a US dollar yield. So this must be kind of their, what we would normally call like a farming type of thing, or staking, you could call. This one here has 127.36 million total value locked. That means locked up, staked. And this is the OUSG. U.S. Treasuries has $94 million in it and gets a slightly less APY. I don't know why you'd want to be in Treasuries versus U.S. dollar yield, but you know, some people do. $94 billion is more than a lot of these crypto projects have in their entire, in their entire market cap. It says coming soon, 24/7 instant subscriptions and redemptions. All right, backed by the best, Funders Fund, Coinbase, Pantera. I don't really know about those things. I am not big in the stock world, as you can imagine. I am all in the crypto world. I did do a lot of stocks for a while. Not very interesting. It's like watching paint dry. Alright, exceptional partners, superior assets, world-class client service. Whether it's the assets we choose, the strategies we create, or the people we work with, we focus on quality before quantity, risk before returns, and putting clients first. I mean, that's what I want them to say. For sure, I wouldn't want them to say anything other than that. High quality assets and managers. Our funds invest exclusively into multi-billion-dollar, high liquid, exchange traded funds managed by the world preeminent bond managers, BlackRock. So BlackRock, if you know, you know. I don't know how you wouldn't know at this point, but huge company. Owns a lot of stuff. I doubt that they're just going to fall flat on their face. So it's one of those double-edged swords. Like you're glad to see them in there. They bring the money, they bring the attention, they bring the party. And they're also the people that might do something malicious, as they've been accused of in the past. I don't know all the details of those accusations. Regulated service providers, third-party audited security, experienced leadership. I'm not going to go heavy in all of this stuff. If you're in the institutional world, if you're in treasuries and stocks and bonds, you might find some of these things interesting. I think for my audience, my everyday crypto, people, maybe you're not a full-on degen, but just crypto people, you probably don't find a lot of that stuff very interesting at all. I see Flux. I wonder if that's the project Flux, but it probably isn't. So we got an ecosystem, foundation, and flux. Let's check out ecosystem. What is the Ondo ecosystem? Ondo's mission is to make institutional-grade financial products and services available to everyone via the power of public blockchain by the tokenization of real-world assets. Again, real-world assets is a hot niche right now. If you don't know that, then you have not been paying attention. And developing financial protocols that integrate those tokens. The Ondo ecosystem is the set of partners aligned with this mission, a network of strong partnerships with leading on-chain providers across liquidity, custody, and other key on-chain services. This directory helps us shine the spotlight on these exceptional partners and helps our clients find reputable players that can help them achieve their goals. It was getting to be a little bit of a word salad there. What else we got? I don't know what all these different things. Oh, Aptos. Aptos is the blockchain network with everything you need to build your great ideas. So these must be all different projects and people that they're partnered with. Let's see how many of them we recognize. I believe I've heard of Aftermath, but I don't really recognize it. Angie, I don't recognize a lot of these. I know who Aptos is. I know who BlackRock is. Bybit. Of course, Chainlink. Coinbase. Flux Finance. So that was Flux. I own a small amount of Flux. Ethereum. Jupiter, Injective. So yeah, they've got quite a few people in here. MetaMask institutional. A lot of times I forget that MetaMask has an institutional side of things. Orca, Pith, for sure. Polygon. Yeah, they got a lot of Sui. They got Solana, Supra. Yeah, they have a lot of things in here that I recognize. So that's interesting. This is their quote-unquote ecosystem. You can go to read more and deep dive this much farther than I'm going to right now because I got to retain some people watching this. I can't completely lose you with reading an entire long article. If you would prefer that, drop it in the comments. Hit the like, share, subscribe, notification bell that you don't miss a video if you like these kind of videos. So Ondo Foundation, this looks like a Web3 website because you can connect a wallet. It says a new era of financial inclusivity on chain. I feel like this is going to say a lot of the same stuff that we already read, and I'm not trying to bore you guys to death. When it becomes when you're looking at a very traditional type of literature and a traditional financial coin, this is the stuff that I think bores the crap out of most people, but I do think that this project is really good, and the whole real-world asset narrative on it is going to take it some places for sure. Okay, so this just took us over to Flux, so we could take a look at that. And this is not a Flux review, so we're not gonna bother with that. Let's see some insights. So introducing Ondo Global Markets, a new paradigm of securities tokenization. So I guess tokenizing securities is a big deal. Of course, XRP and several other things when it comes to the SEC. And everything being a security, this might be a route for some places to, not have to be hounded by the SEC. I don't know if that's really their ambition or not, but it is a thought. So it says the biggest challenge in tokenizing real-world assets, RWAs, is liquidity. I thought this was interesting when I read this earlier. For years, the RWA space was focused on tokenizing illiquid assets like newly originated private credit, uncollateralized loans to crypto market makers. While there may have been some value in providing direct access to these opportunities for stablecoin holders, the tokenization of the loan itself served little purpose. These assets are mostly buy and hold. They are too bespoke and hard to price for a deep secondary market to emerge both on and off-chain. Given the lack of secondary market liquidity, these assets don't make great collateral for on-chain lending, derivatives, or other protocols. So, hopefully you followed that and you understood what they were talking about. They're saying a lot of people have been doing this in a way that didn't really create a lot of value. And that's why you haven't seen it really blow up until other people come in the space and figure out how to really increase that value. The website honestly didn't have too crazy stuff on it. Let's see, they got a team. I didn't see a roadmap. Is there a roadmap here? Don't see one. Here's the team. I'm not going to try to read everybody's name. I'll read what they do. VP of Engineering, this guy. VP of Business Deployment, that guy. Managing Director, Engineer Lead, Engineering Lead, Chief Risk and Compliance Officer, Full Stack Engineer, an Advisor, Front-End Engineer, Sir Operations, an Advisor, President Coup, and they do have a lot of people. I'm not going to read every single one of them. You get the point. Look at that guy. Enough said. That guy is doing stuff in this business, let me tell you. I got some blogs. It is a very dry website, I gotta say. I've seen meme coin websites that were a lot funner to review than this, but I can't let that kind of take away from just the whole point of what they're trying to do. And to say try to do is, I think, a little bit, not being intellectually honest, because they have a $1.2 billion market cap. I think they're doing more than trying here. They're successful at what they do, and it could really go to who knows. I'm not even going to put a market cap on that as far as an expectation in this bull run. I think it could easily get to maybe 8 to 10 billion, but it could go far past that. The thing is, with the connections that they have, the real world asset narrative, and the thing about the real world asset narrative that you guys really should be thinking about is that it transfers over to the previous TradFi, traditional finance world. The number one criticism that you hear from, Dave Ramsey and other people is the fact that it's internet money out of thin air and has no value. Well, so is the US dollar, but they don't ever want to acknowledge very obvious things like that. But with real world assets, they just don't get the luxury of, regurgitating that narrative over and over. They do have value. They are representations of things that have value. And, they can't really throw the usual, nonsense around and try to look smart in front of everybody when really we all know that they're not that bright. At least in the world of crypto. They might be great in stocks. Who cares? Alright, there's my little rant on that. So let's see, where can you buy Ondo? You might be asking yourself, where can you buy it? Looks like pretty much everywhere. It's what I would expect with a $1.2 billion, market cap. You can get it on Coinbase, Gate.io, Bybit, BitGet, KuCoin, BingX, this PionX I've never really heard of, Uniswap, Mexi, and Bitmart. So, I've pretty much heard and used almost all of these exchanges except for, it's about 5 of them. And yeah, only one decentralized exchange. Most of these are centralized exchange that they're on, and it just keeps going. We're not going to read 4 pages of exchanges. That is not necessary. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this review. I think it was a little bit more, dry than most, but that's just the nature of this coin. It's what happens. This is why I don't spend a lot of time in the stock world, because it gets dry real fast. But hit the like, share, subscribe, show this to a friend. Are you bullish on Ondo? Put down in the comments. I really want to get this community going. This is a new YouTube channel, so we don't have a ton of people commenting all the time yet. But let's start a little bit of a community here, guys. Deep dive in these coins, and I want to know what you think about Ondo. I want to know if you think that it's gonna, I really want to know what people think the market cap is gonna go to this bull run. Is it going to go to 20 billion? Is it going to go to 10 billion? Do you think it only gets to 4 or 5 billion with the real world asset narrative? You let me know down in the comments. All right, thanks everybody. Crypto Ron out.